traders, I've just been having a look at this. In fact, we'll go out to the daily time frame and then we'll come back to this chart. What I've done is I've marked up this candle here, accumulation range on the daily. So this is a big support level. Not only do we have this level that it's trading down into as acting as support, we have a significant liquidity pool resting under these lows here. Right, so we've got this rally expansion here that occurred and a ton of sell stops that are sitting under here. Now this is traded right down into this level, soaking up these this sell side liquidity. Now we've seen a bit of a reaction from that. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, I marked it up, this arrow. Okay, so we've seen the reaction. Okay, it's traded down into this liquidity pool. It's pushed up from there, but the momentum is really strong to the downside. Okay, so it's kind of rolled over and headed back down. Now I'm looking for an opportunity to get involved with this. I don't want to counter trend trade it. And if PPI coming out later on today supports the dollar and we see dollar strength on the back of that data release, then I would be looking to sell the euro dollar. So really depending on PPI tonight. Again, if we see the outcome supporting dollar strength, then a sell wherever this happens to be, you know, if it pulls back a little bit. But I would get involved with that and look to go for a 2R. Okay, so we've got its target down in here. That's it's about a 2R target. Just be a little bit careful, because even though, you know, if the PPI does support the dollar, just be careful, because it doesn't necessarily mean this is going to tank. We've got this imbalance back up in here, right? And markets are controlled by smart money algos. So you want to be a little bit careful. It could react fairly significantly and look to hunt liquidity above these highs here. All right, now smart money sets this up in their favor. Okay, strength into the dollar, but the algos could push it up, knowing that a ton of traders are going to be shorting this and placing their stops above. So don't be surprised you see it push up into here to take out these stops up in here before we see it, trade in our favor. So that's just something to be mindful of later on today. But something like that could work. I'd be looking at this balance area that we have here, all right, as a level of interest. Probably set my stop loss above that. Look possibly to get involved. This is a bearish imbalance. If you have a look at this candle here, we have the low on the candle to the left, the high on the candle to the right. This space is one-sided trading. Okay, it's an imbalance, bearish, right? The market will look for two things: one, liquidity, and two, to rebalance. So there's an imbalance that could be a target, and there's liquidity sitting above these highs in the form of buy stops. So that sets this up as a prime target for this to pull back into before we see further downside. So just be really careful with this. But I'm thinking, that could be a play. Now, the other way to get involved would be after the data release tonight, if it's favoring, a strong dollar, strength to the dollar. If it goes the other way and we see a weak dollar, I'm not going to be looking to get involved with this counter trend. I want to see strength, favoring the dollar and giving us an opportunity to continue with this trend to the downside. That's the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Otherwise, I'm happy to stay out and not get involved with this at all. So that's that. Now, the other thing you could do is, when we approach the data release, the news event, you could go down to a lower time frame and just watch and see how this is trading and follow it. Like, okay, if the data release favors a strong dollar, just watch how this reacts around it. If it pulls back, it could do that. It could head up into these levels here, looking to rebalance, possibly. This is just theoretical, but however it works out, you want to look for this price action, this movement. Possibly it extends bullish, and then you're going to see some kind of range like this, exactly like this. Have a look here, show you something. See this range here? Let's just open this up and I'll explain what I'm going on about. You've got, if we just grab the candle bodies, something like that, right? You get this range, and then prior to it selling, you see a bit of a fake out down here. Another move breaks under. Okay, so a ton of traders would be short their stop losses are placed directly above here. So what happens next? Stops get taken out, and then we see it tank. Right, just look for this pattern anywhere. You know, you see the market roll over, yeah, in different shapes and sizes. Okay, it's not always going to be picture perfect, but like this, for example, here prior to this sell-off, this is the kind of thing you want to be mindful of. Okay, so we get a bit of a range. Now, that was a bit tricky, but look, we see it. I call it the fakey shaky chart pattern, right? You get a fake out, stops get placed above, everyone's chasing that, then they hit those stops, and then we get our, you know, it's shorts. So I'd be looking for something similar, you know, wherever this trades. If you're in front of the charts, okay, so there's two things. One, you can watch it and catch this, possibly, you know, around the data release. That could happen here. It could happen here, right? It just depends. But you're going to be looking for this to rotate. So it trends up, higher highs, higher lows, and then you get the slight range and a bit of volatility, and then the rotation. Then you see the break of market structure, and then, you know, there's a shift, there's a break of structure, well, there, right, and there's an opportunity on the retest of the low over here. So that's the kind of thing, you know, you could look for if you're in front of the charts. Otherwise you're speculating, and I mean, nothing wrong with that. There's more risk involved, but you know, you could set up a limit sell or something like that. But that's what I'd be looking out for, guys, later on tonight. The euro dollar could give us an opportunity depending on how things shape up with with PPI coming out. And what else can I say? I think that pretty well, London kill zone is just about to kick off. That's about, I think that's about it, really. Just be careful. All right, the markets are very volatile at the moment. So with that, I hope you have a great day, safe trading, and we'll see you in the next video.